Hello everyone, my name's Rachel and I'm here from Happy Silver People. Warm welcome to today's video. Happy Silver People is something I set up last year in 2021 as a way of sharing ideas for leading healthier, happier and easier lives as we grow older. Today's video is looking at ways in which we can look after our silver hair or grey hair or white hair or indeed blonde hair. And it came about really because a lady said to me on Happy Silver People Facebook page that she really didn't like her grey hair. And I wondered whether some of the things I'm going to talk about today might have been helpful for her. It's a little bit belated, but I hope if she's watching, she might pick up something that is useful. So I went to my natural colour probably about 18 months ago now. It was a New Year's resolution that I did actually keep. I used to dye my hair quite dark brown, and I decided it was time to find out what my natural colour was under all the dye and to stay natural. So I've had no colouring on my hair since I think July 2020. This is the colour I am. It's actually darker than I'd expected, but you can see here there's some quite white sections here, which I really like, and here got another white streak. I haven't put anything on my hair, I've just washed it, so there are a few strays sticking up all over the place, but I wanted, as I was doing the video, I didn't want to put anything on it, and I tend to be a bit lazy that way anyway. And there's quite a bit of whiter grey here at the back too. But what I quite like is that there's a lot of natural streaks and shades coming through, and the kind of shampoos I'm using seem to enhance the real colour that I have. So this is what I've learned in the last 18 months. And the first thing was something I wasn't really aware of. Was about the colour chart, and that blondes and sort of yellowy coloured hair is at the opposite side of the spectrum from purples and violets. And what this seems to mean is that if your hair, as it goes grey, silver, there is a possibility it might become quite brassy. It might have a quite hard yellowish tone to it. And so to counteract that, you can get shampoos that have a purplish tint to them. And that sort of overcomes that yellowishness that you might not want. So sometimes you'll see people who have, sometimes often men actually, with grey hair who do have that yellowish colour, which maybe they could eradicate if they use some of these shampoos. So this video is very much for men as well as for women. And you also sometimes see people with very white hair that's got quite a hard purpley colour almost to it. And that I suspect is because they're using these shampoos maybe a little bit too much. Or maybe it's the way they want it to be. That's possible too, of course. So let's have a look at some possible shampoos. My favourite one that I found was this one. It's made by OGX, and I particularly like it because it is sulfate free. So I have an allergy to sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium laureth sulfate, SLS. So I look for shampoos and conditioners, shampoos particularly, that don't have it. It's a foaming agent, so it's what gives it the froth. Which is why you tend to get it in shampoo rather actually than conditioner. So this one doesn't have that, but sadly this one is no longer available. I haven't been able to find it for ages. You'll see it's got a very light purple colour, and it was great for washing every day or every other day. So that's all I've got left of that one. And the new one that they've come out with is this one. So it's still OGX and it's still sulfate free. You can see the difference in tone. So this one is also great, it's fine, but I wouldn't use it every day or every other day, because it is a little bit dark. I'll just squeeze it a wee bit. There we go. You can see how dark that is. So quite a bit stronger in terms of its color. So good perhaps for using every other wash maybe. Now moving on to another one which has a conditioner version as well. So this is Touch of Silver. It does have SLS in it, but otherwise it you know, if you're not allergic to SLS, that may not be an issue for you. As it says on here, it's good for blonde, platinum, grey or white hair. So it will also work if you're blonde. And the shampoos tend to be darker in colour than the conditioners. You can see there that the conditioner is quite a pale purple. And the shampoo, like the other one I was looking at, has got a, well, it's that kind of colour. So it's a little bit lighter than this one. But again, I probably use every other wash. Because it's got SLS in it, I tend to use it less often, but does the job well also. And it smells actually really nice. Doesn't smell chemically at all. I think the only thing with the packaging though, it reminds me a little bit of silver polish that you might use on your cutlery. So yeah, I'm not sure about the packaging for me, but yeah, it's a nice product. I've not been paid for any of this, by the way. These are just my own personal recommendations and observations. I would love to be paid, but yeah, I'm not. So here we go. This is another one I've tried. This is John Frieda. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Violet Crush. It's for blondes, but is also great for greys and silvers. And as it says on here, it neutralizes unwanted brassy tones, which is what I'm after. So conditioner again is lighter in color than the shampoo. It has got sodium lauryl sulfate, I think this one. So I'll just let me just see if I can put a little bit there. There we go. So you can see it's quite a darkish color. It's quite pearlescent though. It's quite pretty, quite a nice shade. And I think this is one of the shades that's in, one of the Pantone shades that's in for 2022. So you'll be very on trend if you're using this particular shampoo. So another one that you might want to think about, the shampoo and the conditioner that goes with it. And it's actually called Purple Shampoo and Purple Conditioner. Okay, so the last one I'm going to mention comes in, it does kind of regular bottle, the shampoo and conditioner. But these are travel versions, so quite convenient if you happen to be going away. They feel quite solid and robust. I still feel a little bit nervous, I think, about taking the risk of it possibly bursting in my suitcase, but you know, let's hope that wouldn't happen. So the shampoo we'll look at, here we go, and you can see this is a very dark shampoo, and they actually recommend that you use gloves with this one. So I use this maybe once a month just to really enhance the whiter, lighter shades in my hair, and I think it works well. Again, it's got a nice smell to it. It doesn't smell unpleasant at all. So worth exploring that one too. And because it comes in these nice small packages, you can experiment a little bit before you go ahead and go for the larger sizes. Yeah, you can see it's left a little bit of color there on my fingers. So it is one that you need to watch how you use and certainly keep it away from your carpet. So a few different options there. I hope you found that useful. As I said, I haven't had my hair colored in a salon or put dye on my hair in the last 18 months, but I have used shampoos and conditioners that have a touch of color in them to just try and pull out and enhance these natural colors I've got going on in my hair, and so that it's not one shade, or it doesn't look hard in any way. And I think for me, that brings out the best in terms of my hair. So I hope that has been useful. I'm going to do a follow-up video at some point about the process of going grey, because that was also quite an interesting experience for me, and it's one I'd like to share. People do ask me about it. So I'll be doing that as a follow-up at some point. But in the meantime, I hope that's been useful. We've just come through Christmas, which is, of course, the season to be silver. But of course, it's wonderful to be silver at any time of the year. So please follow Happy Silver People on YouTube. If you click subscribe, you don't have to pay anything. It's just like following, but it means you'll be able to find me again if I put more videos out. So please click subscribe. And also you can find me on Facebook. Just look for Happy Silver People, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. And if you have any suggestions or ideas, anything you'd like to share, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks very much and enjoy your day.